现在计时开始。好了，请我们现场的10位裁判来到统分区，我们呢要进行下一步的分数的核对。
要不10分呐？哎，超了1分52秒，哎，1分10分加1.2分。
鲜鱼活吃的项目的场内准备情况怎么样？请我们的现场的裁判分手制一下。
要玩这个。
比赛现在计时开始。
加一个东西。没有那暖和的。坐着我来领导。好。
你好，你好。All right. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh, it's a beautiful day. We're having breakfast at the restaurant. Yeah, look what they're whipping up here. Eggs. She's taking the money. She's issuing the coupons. Somebody's steaming something here. Somebody's going to be doing some dishes soon. You can go back here and have some soup. Somebody's got something ready to go there. Keeping the flies off of it. Here's some supplies. There's a fan going. Yeah. It's July 20th, 2011. Oh, 谢谢你，谢谢。你好。Ooh, yum. Oh, not too much light in here. Ooh, yeah. Oh. 你好。Keep dropping my stuff. Yeah. This is a typical breakfast restaurant. Look what he's whipping up here. Oh, wow. 你好，老板你好。Wow, 好吃。Ooh, 好吃。Wow. 看，好吃。你好。你好。
叔，你照张相。
哇，你好。
别要等着妈妈啊。
你好。你好吗？我是美国人。我叫 Randy here。你好。All right. Yes. China's growing. Wow. And here, I guess this is the competitor next door. He's whipping up. Oh yeah. We had some of these earlier. 你好，老板你好。
还给我装点气儿。
Look at that. Those are delicious. Wow. Ken, Halter. Wow. Will this make you happy or what? All right. Okay. Here's where we're dining. Oh yeah, here's the place. You can buy some paint over there. Wow. Very nice. Colorful, peaceful, harmonious, everything. 你好。Okay, very good. We'll end this note on my brother here. Again, this is July 20th, 2011. We're in Zhengzhou having breakfast. That's a take. That's a director's cut.
can live here. Yeah, it's pretty nice. All the lanterns and stuff. Yeah. I think they're finishing our order. Okay, good. I'm hungry. You said you wasn't hungry. Yeah, like a few seconds ago. Now I am. Make up your mind. Here's your soup you ordered. And there's some more tea for you. There you go. Please ask if you want some more. This tea is delicious. Yeah, it is. Really good. Try the soup. Okay, don't try the soup. Why? It tastes horrible. And the tea doesn't? No. If this is China, I wonder if they're having a Chinese food. Yeah. Or do they just call it here? Here's the food we always eat. And their stores are like, Chinese food, just Chinese food, nothing but frickin' Chinese food. And in some places, Chinese food coming out our ears. Okay, that's just gross. Hey, that might happen. I doubt it. This tea is very good. Can I get some more? Oh, certainly. There you go. No, we should take a little walk. That's a good idea. Are you done with your soup yet? Do I have to eat it? Yes. Let's be polite. Oh, fine. Okay, it's done. It wasn't that bad, was it? Actually, I'm not done yet. You try some. Thanks. What's the big point in this? I told you. Let's just go. Okay. What'd you put in the tea? It was delicious. Oh, just some teas. Actually, no, it was produced. Oh, really? Yeah. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, but I wouldn't be too thrilled about your soup. Yeah, it's not the best. Oh, I better be going. Don't you want to take a walk? Okay. I'm glad that we get satisfied customers. Yeah, since I'm the only... Yeah, I guess. So... Hey, look, it's a tree! Don't you dare eat that! You can eat all the trees back at home, but don't eat that tree. Why not? It's good. Stop eating the tree! I want to eat the tree! You're not eating the tree! That was a great walk, wasn't it? Yeah. Trees are so beautiful. They taste like mint. You ate one? Yeah. See, how come you get to eat a tree? I don't. Never mind. You can't just eat a tree. What? You can't just eat. Do you look like a giraffe or something? Huh? What the? How can I do my studies down there with all that shouting going on? Jeez. Type. I'm trying to go on Google. Type. These visitors are so disturbing. Coffee. This soup isn't that bad, is it? Okay, he's right. I better clean it up.
Okay, that's better.
And thank you for watching.
Not a day goes by when Ma in her blue waitress uniform stops me reading the Oakland Tribune to dictate precisely at 3:30 p.m. the next day's menu. All right, Ma says in English, tomorrow we'll serve baked spaghetti, beef stew with potatoes and carrots, fried breast of lamb, and boiled ox tongue with Spanish sauce. My mouth waters as she decides the next day's special. Ma doesn't need to say breaded veal cutlets, fried oysters, or prime rib of beef, because they were always on the menu every day. Though I can write in shorthand, I scribble the specials in longhand and step down into Baba's office and insert a piece of paper into the old Royal typewriter. I type tomorrow's menu, watching the purple letters spring up like soldiers marching in unison, filling the paper such plums and grapes for our daily lives. I proofread carefully the typed menu, making sure I typed the correct specials that Ma dictated, making sure that each item is spelled correctly, because spell check was a futuristic ploy. With the labor of my fingers, my eyes, my back, staring at the list of items that range from halibut steak for 50 cents to prime rib of beef for 95 cents. Knowing that my fingers help to support the family, my secretarial skills uplift of the family business, known as the Great China Restaurant, Aizhonghua, at 723 Webster Street in Chinatown, Oakland, California. When my sisters and I labored without wage but survived with tips and Ang Lok Fan, beef over rice, served us by Ba Gong, the head cook, when Ma and Baba weren't looking. When World War II filled the Great China with customers, Pinky of Milan's Jewelers, Mr. Carlson of Carlson's Confectionery, Johnny the boxer and his girlfriend Lucille with her ruby red lips and white teeth, Flandoi, single men, families, pensioners, workers from gas stations, the parachute factory, and herb and poultry stores, tenants from the Aloha Hotel, gypsies with their love for bowls of steamed rice overflowing with gravy, typing the menu, a job I didn't apply for, but became mine in between making coffee, milkshakes, and lettuce and tomato salads, anxious for tips that filled the glasses kept beneath the Formica counter. Understanding even then that money grew not on trees, but through our labor, typing the menu, drying silverware, stringing string beans, refilling granulated sugar jars, washing the coffee urn on tiptoes, sweeping, mopping, Baba, inventorying and planning the next day's supplies, vegetable oil, flour, 50-pound sacks of rice, flank steak, Jell-O, the Great China Restaurant, our second home, sandwiched between regular school and Chinese school, our days of wonder, questions, fatigue, anticipation, and simmering American dreams. And before my sister Flo did, if you buy the book, you'll have your own copy. But my late sister Leslie smoking a cigarette and reading the menu in the back room. And we sat in the back booth and ate our meals. But as soon as customers came in, up we went and went to work. And the other poem I will share with you is the one that's in my own book. I have several books of poetry published, and this is called Reminiscing About a Chinese Restaurant. Last night I ate dinner at a Chinese restaurant. Roast pork and mashed potatoes, rice and corn, a wedge of custard pie. Others were eating rice with bean cake and char siu. One man ate corned beef and cabbage and shimmering jello cubes. Glasses clanged, silverware shook, oil sizzled to another Chinese restaurant of Chinatown. A girl who washed glasses, wiped forks, knives, and spoons, who typed the next day's menu, who squeezed oranges for juice, large, small, but always fresh. In the back kitchen and damp air, a man bakes apple pies and banana shortcake. A cigarette dangles from his mouth, his eyes half closed. When the afternoon off comes, he shuffles off to his rented room, pulls up his sleeve, sticks a needle into his arm. He escapes, orange delicious, and I run upstairs, stuff myself with strawberry pie. My skin rises and hides, my skin once orange, once delicious. I awaken. More dishes, more menus. I refill the sugar jars. Granules sparkler, I cover them up, and salt shakers take precedence on the formica counter in wooden booths. Slide and run, run and slide. Wait on those who inhabit this Chinese restaurant. A man with a crutch and one leg limps downstairs from the Aloha Hotel, sips his dinner of black coffee and sugared bombs. A Shriner and his wife with wide smiles eat halibut steak, rice and gravy, and apple pie. The Shriner shakes his tassel with authority. He splits one 60-cent dinner for his 2 young daughters. 3 slices of whole wheat bread for our glass-eyed customer who smears ketchup on each slice, thick, juicy, oozing over the plate. The man paints red in my father's eyes who shouts to me, "Give him the bottle with the 1/4-inch ketchup, or we will not survive." We will not survive. A young gypsy girl and a sallow old man sit in the back booth. He lifts her skirt, caresses her thigh, feeds her a spoon of rice. She shivers. I look away. A gas station attendant peeps behind the American menu, one eye on the other waitress. His lips parted, he orders leg of lamb with mint jelly. His money is good, is green. He pays to eat and look at the other waitress. And I eat and my skin itches, know nothing, not its hives, its question marks. I return to the Chinese restaurant, its blinking coffee cup neon sign. I read the menu, examine it inside out. The ink spills, the calligraphy sprawls. This Chinese restaurant demands love, demands attention. Its walls expand, I slither inside. What would the glasses, the ovens, and chopsticks tell? What grease on uniform? What language beyond food? This is called Breakfast, Lunch, Dinner. In fact, it's the title of my next book that's coming out hopefully this summer. And it's a book of poetry. A lot of it has to do with food, but other things. I'm an political activist as well, and a writer, and I love movies and jazz and a whole lot of other things. So it's just not one thing, but I thought it'd be really appropriate to read this here. And so often you see the signs of restaurants, just breakfast, lunch, dinner, right? So that'd be a good title. So I wrote this, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast. The night before, I placed the turkey carcass in the huge pot, turn the water to boiling. I fill a rice bowl with raw rice, sprinkle a pinch of salt, and dip 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil to prepare the rice. 2 hours later, the turkey meat falls off the bones, the work of the carcass completed. Next, I pour the rice into the pot, let it boil, then simmer. Now for breakfast. I ladle full gai jok into a bowl, impressed with the shape of kernels of rice, with chopped scallion and shreds of turkey meat. Before I eat, I inhale the fragrance of love, then begin to swallow the full gai jok as if it's my last meal, lunch. The waitress places a square white plate before me. I hold my green chopsticks ready. My eyes take in a pyramid of green papaya, matchstick thin, with sliver carrots in a dressing, of lime juice, fish sauce, and bird's eyes pepper. Coins of daikon and carrot decorate the 4 corners of the plate. White and orange moons convene the 4 seasons. Picking up the soy sauce dish of chopped peanuts, I shower the salad, my eyes flirting with the next customer's bowl of pho. Intoxicated now with deep-fried onion rings, mint, and basil leaves crowning my lunch, I guide the salad into my mouth. Dinner. Baba steams the jingok bang, topped with ham goi, salted fish preserved for the soul. Mom tosses slices of fuzzy squash into the wok as they dance in concert with garlic and onion. Bowls of steamed eggs and ao fu grace the table, and yes, the bowl of soup with sliced lotus fruit, a knob of ginger root, and fresh green onions floating on top. The soup, translucent and fragrant, steaming, heralds the sit-down dinner the family has once a week on our Wednesday night off from 6 days of work at the Great China Restaurant. Thank you.
สนับสนุน
ตอนนี้ครับคุณผู้ชมพิธีกรทั้งสองของเราได้พาคุณผู้ชมมากันที่เทศกาลปูยักษ์ระดับอินเตอร์ที่งานนี้หยิบจับปูอลาสก้าปูยักษ์ที่มีเสน่ห์ความเป็นเอกลักษณ์ของรสชาติเฉพาะตัวมาฟิวชั่นความอินเตอร์ให้เข้ากับอาหารจีนจะกลมกล่อมและเป็นสากลขนาดไหนต้องถามจากกูรูแขกรับเชิญทั้งสองท่านของเราคุณปัทมาวงศ์วณิชกิจและเชฟยอดฝีมือจากห้องอาหารหลงฟงไปพิสูจน์ความอร่อยกันเลยดีกว่าครับ
บอมอยากรู้ว่ามีอาหารจีนหรือว่ามีอะไรที่แบบว่าแนะนำบ้างใช่ครับ
ห้องอาหารจีนของเรานะคะเป็นห้องอาหารจีนแบบอาราคาร์ทบุฟเฟ่นะคะก็คือลูกค้าเนี่ยนั่งอยู่ที่โต๊ะแล้วก็สามารถที่จะสั่งออเดอร์แล้วก็พนักงานเนี่ยจะมาเสิร์ฟโดยที่ไม่ต้องเดินขึ้นไปสั่งอาหารเองเลยนะคะซึ่งมีรายการที่เลือกกว่า80เมนูค่ะ
80เมนูเลยครับ
ใช่ค่ะ
และคราวนี้แหละครับเนื่องจากว่าชื่อเนี่ยอลังการมากหลงก็คือมังกรฟ่งก็คือหงมังกรและหงนี่โอ้โหคนจีนนี่ถือว่าเป็นระดับฮ่องเต้เลยนะใช่ไหม
ใช่ค่ะ
เพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยต้องมีการแต่งองค์ทรงเครื่องอย่างสวยงาม
ค่ะถ้าจะพูดถึงรายละเอียดตรงนี้เดี๋ยวยังไงรบกวนท่านอาจารย์กับน้องบอมเนาะนะคะไปคุยกันด้านในดีกว่านะคะค่ะเชิญด้านนี้ค่ะ
โอ้สวยจริงๆเลยนะเนี่ยมองเห็นแชนเดเลียนี่ก็โอ้โหสวยเลย
การตกแต่งก็จะเป็นตกแต่งแบบจีนนะคะใช่ก็จะมีศิลปะอะไรเงี้ยค่ะผสมผสานเป็นแบบจีนเป็นแบบไม้อะไรเงี้ยค่ะ
ห้องอาหารก็ใหญ่นะผมหรูหราขนาดนี้แล้วอีกอย่างนึงคือช่วงนี้เนี่ยเป็นเทศกาลปูอลาสก้าใช่ไหมครับผม
ใช่ค่ะ
ที่นี่ก็ต้องมีแบบปูอลาสก้าแน่นอน
ใช่ค่ะเดี๋ยวเชิญทั้งดร.และคุณหวังนะคะไปพบด้านในเลยเพราะว่าเชฟเตรียมไว้แล้วค่ะค่ะตอนนี้ก็อันนี้คือเชฟนะคะเชฟอำนาจชวันกลางค่ะเป็นเชฟอาหารจีนประจำหลงฟงค่ะ
โอ้ครับ
วันนี้เรานำปูอลาสก้ามาเสนอ
ครับคือปูอลาสก้าเนี่ยนะฟังแล้วแน่นอนเป็นอาหารฝรั่งแน่เลยการที่เอาปูอลาสก้ามาผสมกันเป็นอาหารจีนเนี่ยไม่ทราบทางโรงแรมทางห้องอาหารคิดยังไงครับ
ก็คืออยากให้ลูกค้าได้มีช้อยส์เลือกอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะนอกจากมาทานอาหารจีนโดยดั้งเดิมแล้วใช่ไหมคะช่วงนี้เป็นช่วงปูอลาสก้าเนี่ยเจริญเติบโตดีฉะนั้นเราก็เลยคิดโปรโมชั่นขึ้นมาอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเพื่อที่จะให้ลูกค้าได้ลองชิมรสชาติใหม่ๆที่เป็นแบบฟิวชั่นอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะ
คุณผู้ชมครับหลังจากที่ฟังกูรูทั้งสองท่านมาแล้วกับเรื่องฟิวชั่นวัฒนธรรมอาหารสากลเข้ากับอาหารจีนก็อยากจะรู้แล้วสิครับว่าเมนูที่เชฟอำนาจเอ็กซ์คลูซีฟเชฟจากห้องอาหารหลงฟงที่จัดเตรียมไว้ให้เรานั้นจะอลังการขนาดไหนเราไปพบกับฟิวชั่นเมนูปูอลาสก้ากันเลยดีกว่าครับ
มีเมนูต่อไปเป็นอะไรครับผม
เป็นบะหมี่ฮ่องเต้ครับเมนูนี้ก็จะเป็นปูอลาสก้าทอดราดซอสสับปะรด
ครับ
เมนูต่อไปเลยดีกว่าครับ
ครับอันนี้เป็นปูอลาสก้าผัดซอสไอโอซึ่งซอสตัวนี้จะเป็นซอสขึ้นชื่อของเรา
ซอส XO นี่คือเป็นซอสสูตรพิเศษนะเป็นซอสลับของทางโรงแรมใช่ไหมครับ
ครับ
ต้องให้เชฟนะครับแนะนำว่าควรจะทานอันไหนก่อนดีนะฮะอยากจะรู้ว่ารสชาติของปูอลาสก้านี่เป็นยังไงนะ
จริงๆเลยนะครับเนี่ยทานกันอย่างอิ่มหนำสำราญไม่เคยคิดว่า เราจะมีโอกาสได้กินปูอลาสก้าในบรรยากาศแบบนี้ด้วยนะครับไม่ทราบว่าช่วงนี้มีโปรโมชั่นอะไรไหมครับให้คุณผู้ชมของเราเผื่ออยากจะมาทานปูอลาสก้าที่เลอคองคอร์ดแห่งนี้ครับ
ค่ะตอนนี้นะคะเทศกาลปูอลาสก้านะคะก็เริ่มแล้วนะคะจนถึง30 กันยายนนะคะก็แวะเข้ามาชิมได้นะคะเรามีให้เลือกถึง8 เมนูด้วยกันนะคะ
เห็นบอกว่ามี all you can eat ด้วย
ใช่ค่ะเป็นบุฟเฟ่ที่มีให้เลือกกว่า80 รายการค่ะตอนนี้ก็ราคาจะอยู่ที่790 บาทบวกต่อท่านนะคะ
ดร.ครับผมว่าตอนนี้ก็ได้เวลาสำคัญของรายการแล้วนะครับผม
โอ้โหแน่นอนแล้วครับเกือบลืมไปแล้วนะครับเนี่ยถ้าเราพิจารณากันเรียบร้อยแล้วนะครับก็ต้องขอกดไลค์ครับให้กับเมนูเทศกาลปูอลาสก้าของโรงแรมทวิตโตเทลเลอคองคอร์ดด้วยครับวันนี้นะครับรายการของเรานะครับต้องขอบคุณเชฟอำนาจและคุณปัดด้วยนะครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะยินดี
ที่ให้โอกาสพวกเรามาชิมอาหารอร่อยๆเด็ดๆในวันนี้ครับ
คุณผู้ชมครับเดี๋ยวเราไปพักกันสักครู่นะครับแล้วกลับมาพบกันช่วงหน้าในช่วง I Like Thailand
สนับสนุน
Here we are cleaning with the Rotavac. We're cleaning a Chinese restaurant actually. This morning Luke's just done this area that's coming into focus here, but you can see obviously an area in the middle that we're the traffic lane area that we're just about to clean, which Luke's going to come on to now and show us just how effective. We sprayed this up with SPM about 10 minutes ago. You can see this is an amazing piece of footage of just how effective the Rotavac can be. We'll stay with this a moment as Luke cleans this centre area. This is running at about 85 degrees at the moment, so it's nice and hot. It needs to be actually because this tends to be grease, so needs to really be cut into. The SPM that we used first obviously has softened it up, and we are actually, when we do a job like this, we do have to run another cleaning chemical for as well, just to assist us. But there you go, a picture of concentration.
Okay, well, I'm in a Chinese restaurant called Smile Vista in Kotor, Stari Grad, Montenegro. And I'm just having my appetizer for my first meal, which is hot and sour soup, which is very, very good. And later I'm going to share this with Mr. D. So the meat and veggie spring rolls, they're quite good with sweet and sour sauce. And I'm looking forward to my menu. this rainy day. It's really good. This is a hot chili sauce, and this is leftovers of spring rolls with meat and veggies. So let's try this. I don't know if it's any good. Is it good? It's gonna be spicy. It's very good. Well, the main meals came as well. So we're having beef in Thai sauce, pork with cashew nuts, yummy yummy, and we're having fried rice in oyster sauce, which is new. They have this like new menu. It's not like we don't come here every day, but so this is new. So rice in oyster sauce. That's the add-on to the old menu. Wow, it's very good. Spicy. Chinese in Qatar. Chinese food in Qatar. Wow, I mean, this is so tasty. Like this beef in Thai sauce. Oh, and I can taste the fish sauce, which I really like, and the oyster sauce and rice. Wow. I just love Chinese food, and I love Thai food as well. This is very, very good. Oh my God, I'm gonna have a food orgasm sometime today. Excellent, brilliant, lovely, and I love the chili sauce. That was spicy, but what we're gonna do now, because we love so much Chinese food and we don't get to have Chinese food in Banja Luka, so we're gonna wrap all this up. Then we're gonna order one portion of rice with vegetables and eggs, and then we can eat it tomorrow for lunch or for dinner. We can have like a little, you know, leftover lunch tomorrow. It's very good, very, very good.
何これ。あれ絶対これ取んないの？取んないよ。あれやっちゃう？なんで？お姉さん？今いたじゃんお姉さん。あれ。これはかっこいい。かっこいいよね。素敵だね。これ誰だろう。長谷川和夫じゃないだろ。何？これ誰に似てるとこれ。水谷。触ってなさい。触ってください。ほら。でもかっこいいよね。なんでこんなことなんだね。何？整形しちゃったの？整形じゃない。はいおじちゃん。はいどうもありがとう。何？チップちょうだいっていうの。チップない。こうやったるよ。ちゃんと座ってなさい自分のとこへ。はい座ってください。はい。ダメ気にない人は。あんたも猿に似てるなんて。じゃあおしぼりでもらう？じゃあおしぼりもらいます？じゃあ手を出してね。くちゃんのおしぼり。はいおしぼり。こっちじゃないもこはい。バイ。
Hello everyone, 你好. This is Learn Chinese with China Highlights. My name is Rebecca. It's dinner time and I'm sitting in Zhengyang Tangcheng restaurant in Guilin. Yes, today we are going to learn some useful words that can be used when dining in Chinese restaurant. So first, let's learn how to say restaurant in Chinese. 饭店. 饭店. To have a meal in Chinese is 吃饭. 吃 is eat. 饭 is rice. To have a meal, 吃饭.
In the past, when Chinese people greeted each other, they would say 吃了吗? The literal translation would be, did you have your meal? However, this was just used as a greeting. There was no intention to buy a meal or supply a meal for the person.
Waiters at a restaurant are called 服务员. So, if you need any help or assistance, just raise your hand and say 服务员. Most Chinese restaurants serve guests complimentary Chinese tea. Chinese tea is 茶. Tea is 茶. To have more water added to an empty pot, you can place the pot cover like this. Or just call 服务员 for help. 菜单 is menu. Take the order is 点菜. If you don't want spicy food, you just say 我不要辣. Remember, in last lesson we learned 我不要. That means I don't need, I don't want. 辣 is spicy. Spicy, 辣. As you know, Chinese people use chopsticks to eat. Chopsticks is 筷子. 筷子. But if you don't need chopsticks, you can ask 服务员 for a knife and a fork. Knife is 刀. Fork is 叉. I want a knife and fork. 我要刀叉. If you like the way the food tastes, you would say 好吃 tastes good 好吃
Please remember that very few restaurants in China accept credit cards. It is advisable to take cash when you eat outside a hotel. Pay the bill is 买单买单
服务员买单 Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Thank you very much for joining us. This is Learn Chinese with China Highlights. I'm Rebecca. Bye bye.
好吃再见
ช่วงคนไทยชวนเที่ยวร่วมสนับสนุนโดยบัตรกดเงินสด KX Plus Cash มีไว้อุ่นใจให้คุณยิ้มได้ในทุกช่วงโอกาสของชีวิตที่ห้องอาหารจีนหลงฟงโรงแรมสวิสโซเทลหรือคองคอร์ดเนี่ยนะคะมีเมนูอาหารที่เรียกว่าพิเศษมากมายทีเดียวแต่ช่วงนี้เป็นช่วงเทศกาลเชฟอำนาจก็เลยเชิญอิงกลับมาชิมอาหารที่หลงฟงอีกครั้งหนึ่งวันนี้เตรียมอะไรพิเศษมาฝากท่านผู้ชมคะ
ครับวันนี้ก็เตรียมพิเศษมาเป็นปูลาสก้าผัดบะหมี่ฮ่องกงครับหรือเรียกว่าบะหมี่ฮ่องเต้ครับ
บะหมี่ฮ่องเต้ครับแล้วอย่างอื่นนะคะวันนี้มีกี่เมนูที่เรานำเอาก้ามปูอลาสก้ามาทำนะคะ
ที่เป็นปูลาสก้าวันนี้มี6เมนูครับครับก็มีปูลาสก้าผัดซอสเล็กโอครับปูลาสก้าผัดเนยแล้วก็มีปูลาสก้าอบชีสแล้วก็มีปูลาสก้าซอสสับปะรดแล้วก็มีปูลาสก้าสลัดเซี่ยงไฮ้สไตล์ครับนอกจากนี้เราก็ยังมีเมนูบุฟเฟ่สามารถเลือกทานไม่อั้นเลย88เมนูนะครับราคา688 บาทครับ
เห็นอาหารหน้าตาน่าทานแบบนี้แล้วอยากพาครอบครัวมาแล้วใช่ไหมคะพิเศษค่ะเพียงคุณถือบัตรเครดิตธนาคารกสิกรไทยคุณจะได้รับส่วนลด 15% จากห้องอาหารจีนหลงฟงโรงแรมสวิสโซเทลหรือคองคอร์ดแบบนี้เลยค่ะ
สำหรับช่วงนี้นะครับทางห้องอาหารของเราเนี่ยก็มีเทศกาลปูอลาสก้านะครับซึ่งเป็นเทศกาลที่จะมีตั้งแต่วันนี้เป็นต้นไปนะครับถึง30กันยายนนี้เท่านั้นนะครับผมเป็นช่วงโปรโมชั่นอาหารพิเศษนะครับผมเราจะนำปูอลาสก้ามาทำเป็นอาหารจีนให้ทุกคนได้ลองชิมกันนะครับผม
My Tai Chi Buddha here counsels me with one simple command. He says, silent. He says, he states, he states one word, silent. What he means, what he's saying is silent the mind. I think he should silence his cell. He needs to silence his mobile device.
他们的开会时间应该是跟上3日一样。
Coming to you from Zhengzhou and one of its infamous dumpling restaurants. Dumpling, vegetables, and ice beer. Heaven is a place on earth, and it's China, Zhongguo, and it's in Zhengzhou, Henan province. Go figure. Ganbei, which means bottoms up. See, bottoms up. And that's a take. Cut.
Good morning.
Today we're making restaurant quality pizza at home. After high school, I spent several years in the restaurant business managing Italian restaurants, and I've literally made thousands of pizzas. So I want to show you some of the techniques that you can use at home to make that great restaurant quality pizza any night of the week. So to make your restaurant quality pizza, you're going to need a few tools. One, you're going to need a pizza stone. This is going to heat up with your oven to about 500 degrees, depending on how hot your oven can get. And this is going to really cook the pizza from the bottom up and give you that really nice crunchy crust that you get when you order from a pizza restaurant. You're going to need a pizza peel. This is going to allow you to easily put the pizza in the oven and take the pizza out. And I'm going to show you more about that when we talk about the technique. You're going to need what I call a spoodle. It's really just a ladle that's bent flat. You can get one of these. You can get an actual ladle that's low cost at Walmart, $2 or $5, and actually just bend it flat yourself. And this is going to make for painting the pizza very easy. Obviously, you're going to want to have a pizza cutter. This is for obviously cutting the pizza. No surprise there. And if you have a good set of oven mitts, you're going to want these so that you don't burn yourself. So let's talk about the pizza dough. This here is actually dough that I bought from a local pizza restaurant. There's nothing wrong with going in and buying, some of your ingredients. Here in Houston, sometimes during the year, it's very difficult to make pizza dough because with the humidity, it doesn't rise well. It's also hard on occasion to get the gluten content in dough right, which allows you to really stretch the dough out so that it's not tearing easily. You're also going to need semolina, extremely important. A lot of people will use cornmeal. Cornmeal has a very distinctive flavor, where semolina has almost no flavor. And what this is going to allow you to do is coat the dough with semolina, and then it's going to allow you to pound out the dough so that it doesn't stick to the surface that you're using. So now we're ready to actually pound out our pizza dough and make a pizza. So I've already got the stone in the oven, and it's already at about 500 degrees. So you want to take the time to let the stone come to temperature. You also want your pizza dough to be at about 60 degrees, about room temperature, so that you don't get a lot of bubbles when it cooks in the oven. So we're going to take the pizza dough, and we're going to put it into your semolina, and we're going to turn it and coat the entire dough ball. We're going to take a handful of semolina and we're going to put it down onto the area that we're going to pound out the dough. Here we have the top of the dough ball. This is going to become the bottom of your pizza. So we're going to flip it over. We're going to take our thumbs and our forefingers and we're going to work around the dough, pinching it. And what this is doing is this is creating what will become our pizza crust. So we go all the way around. You want to let the dough come to 60 degrees because if you don't, the cold dough will cause a lot of bubbles in your oven. So we're going to press out any air, just kind of press it straight down. And now we're going to actually start pounding out the pizza. So depending if you're left-handed or right-handed, you're going to do this differently. I'm right-handed, but I actually pound left-handed. So just do whatever feels comfortable to you. So you're going to start, and I take my hand and I'm kind of going to dig it into the crust here. Take my other hand, I'm going to pull the dough. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of pressing my fingers in and then turning it with my left hand and kind of press and pull. Press and pull. This is probably going to take you a little bit of practice, but obviously practice makes perfect. And you're going to kind of keep going, and your dough is... the crust is getting thinner and thinner, and that's just good. And then you're going to kind of just drag the dough across your fingers at the top. If you tear the dough, no problem. You're just going to pull the dough back over itself and push it down and repair it yourself. Don't worry about tearing the dough. If your dough is tearing very easily, it's probably because you don't have a high gluten dough. The gluten in the dough allows it to be stretchy. And without that gluten content, it is going to tear easily. So in many cases, if you buy a good dough from a restaurant, you're not going to have that problem. If you make your own dough, make sure that you get a high gluten flour to make sure that you have nice stretchy dough. So we're going to continue to pound out the dough here, and then we're going to work our way kind of into the middle and just stretching it by pulling our hands apart. And what I'm doing now is I'm making sure that the dough is consistent all the way across so that this has the same thinness. I'm going to work the crust a little bit, and I'm just continuing to spin the dough and pull the dough across my fingertips. And just continue to stretch it out. And then I'm going to pull even more as it gets bigger. And it's kind of a slow process. And then what you may need to do in this case, I'm going to need to actually pick up the dough. And what I'm doing is I'm using kind of 2 fists. And I'm going to just kind of pull it apart a little bit with my fists and turn it. Pull and turn, pull and turn. And stretching out the dough. And so there you have your dough. It's ready. It's ready to be made into a perfect pizza. I'm just going to get it a little thinner. So I've got my pizza stone in the oven. So I'm going to pull that out. You're going to be very careful because that pizza stone is about 500 degrees. So I've got my peel. I've got an oven mitt on. So we take our pizza stone, we put it on top of our peel, and here is where we take our dough and we put it right on top. So what's going to happen is your dough is going to actually start cooking as soon as you place it on here. You're going to kind of stretch it out, being careful not to burn yourself, so that it's the same shape as the stone, a nice circle. And now the dough's already cooking. If you don't use a pizza stone, you'll never get the bottom to be nice and crispy, because what will happen is you'll put the stone inside your oven and the pizza stone will heat up with the pizza. The top will end up being cooked, but the bottom will not be. I'm going to take my sauce and I'm going to pour it right in the middle with my spoodle, and you can see some steam because it's already starting to cook. And I'm going to, in a clockward motion, a circular motion, bring my sauce out to the edges. If you need a little bit more sauce, that's fine. And you don't need to go all the way to the edge. You actually don't want to go all the way to the edge. As things heat up in the oven, your sauce is going to get a little looser and everything's going to go outward. Next, I've got my cheeses. I'm using a provolone cheese. Actually, this is a mozzarella that I'm starting off with. And I get slices because the slices, I think, have the best flavor. A lot of times when you buy shredded mozzarella, there's almost no flavor to it. So I'm using a boar's head sliced mozzarella that I'm starting in the middle again, and I'm working my way out to the outside. This is going to allow, as the pizza cooks, everything to move outward. And if you look, you can see that the cheese is already even melting because it's on the hot pizza stone. Next, I've got a boar's head provolone that I'm working with, that I'm placing on. I'm actually going to end up using 4 different cheeses. And then I've got just a Kraft sharp cheddar. And we're going to take this and we're going to make sure we get all the way to the edge. And then in the middle. Going to kind of clean it up a little bit around the outside. I'm going to take a little bit of pecorino romano, just sprinkle over the top. And then we're going to sprinkle with a little bit of oregano. So we're going to take this, we're going to put it back in the oven, and we're going to slide it off the pizza peel. We're going to kind of just let it slide off right into our 500-degree oven. We're going to close it, and we're going to put on a timer for 8 minutes. In about 8 minutes, we're going to be enjoying restaurant-quality pizza at home. So here we're taking out, 8 minutes later, we're taking out our beautiful restaurant-quality pizza made right here at home. You can take a fork, and you can just pop the bubbles, and you can actually kind of, as it goes along, watch and just make sure that if you do, you can kind of pull some of the cheese in a little bit if you need to. And there you have it. A beautiful pizza that's nice and crispy, not only around the edge, but on the underside of the pizza. As you can see how nice and perfectly cooked the bottom of the pizza is. And that's because we had the pizza stone inside the oven before we actually placed the pizza in the oven. So lastly, we need to cut our pizza. We're going to cut it into 8 slices. So you're going to wait about 5 minutes after the pizza comes out of the oven. You want the cheese to congeal a little bit, or when you cut it, all the cheese is going to run off the pie. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to slice through 1, 2, we got 4 slices, and then we're going to cut those slices in half. Then we've got our beautiful pizza slice with a gorgeous crispy bottom. Enjoy it. So make sure to read my entire blog on this post. If I've missed anything, I'll make sure to write it in the instructions. I'll also have the full recipes for my sauce, for what kind of cheeses I use, more information about dough. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, or you can send me a note on Twitter or Facebook. Thank you.
Alright, I'm going to play and push her right quick. Don't know if I'll even succeed here. Knocking anything off. Oh, that's good. Okay, let's put another quarter in and see if that sucked. Right there in the middle again. All right. What did we gain here off of that? Well, that skill stop stuck. That's all right. So I won some quarters to play somewhere, but about 75 cents in, got that back and down 25 cents, I think. That's how it was. Anyway, thanks for watching. So got 2 quarters out of that. Thanks for watching. 数据在标明啊，长的第20名啊。没事，他让我10分钟来嘛。哇塞，你给人家出机票钱。Hello， 你好。
Hello， 你好。
你好。
你好。Breakfast, coffee, entertainment.
喝醉了，人家说他那只也喝醉了，但是不管怎么说，你们操控的这个猴子起码都会走啊，对吧
Having breakfast by myself, watching the, well, not really watching the TV poison. It's a nice city. Got my bag. Coffee. Really good fish for breakfast. And that's it.
各位老友記，你哋記唔記得北角七姊妹嗰間麗池夜總會啊？依家好撚多靚仔以為佢係嗰個上海佬黎財發先生響戰後開。阿爺頂唔順又想講兩嘴。嗰間麗池老早響中華民國29年8月28日禮拜三已經開業，嗰陣已經請摩羅妻坐住張藤二手門口。最初嗰層有兩棟建築物，頭一棟洋房係職員宿舍，第二棟就係麗池餐廳啦舞廳。一入大門左邊係醫務間，右邊係寫字樓。醫務間隔壁有兩個士塔，人客穿過條短走廊入去，就係個深綠色跳舞廳，超過100張桌，圍着一個直徑約有5丈嘅圓形舞池，8人菲律賓樂隊現場伴奏。每日下晝5點到7點係茶舞，夜晚7點半到凌晨1點係餐舞。佢哋唔供應舞女，客人要自己帶埋條女入場。音樂台底下有5道門，2道係通去廚房，中間係士塔，靠外2道係電話房。音樂台右邊出去係賣酒記吧台。音樂台對面大門外有一個紅毛泥露台，外面係草坯地，中間有一個圓形紅毛泥露天舞池。嗰片草坯地啦，北邊嗰片草坯地交界有鐵絲網分開，事關北邊就係麗池游泳池，泳客可以由鐵絲網盡頭入嚟餐廳吔嘢。我哋餐廳食客就唔該科水，只可以去游泳池玩水。麗池游泳池入口右邊有一條小路，右邊在寫字樓啦走水間。游泳池草坯地放咗一滴石牆啦，花花碌碌太陽遮，前邊有2個白瓷磚游泳池，大嗰個有成10條水線，佢北面有座洋房，佢屋頂有跳水板。呢個大游泳池好深，成15英尺，長度係50碼。另一個細池俾鬥機玩，靠跳水台海邊有一個遊艇碼頭。麗池游泳池入場費係2毫子鹹籠，儲物櫃又收多2毫子鹹籠，冇游水衫租用服務。鄰近仲有銀行公會游泳棚。
Somebody's blowing off firecrackers. Somebody's blowing off firecrackers. Somebody's blowing off firecrackers. I'm curious to see who it is. Beautiful Zhongzhou. Beautiful, beautiful Zhongzhou. Beautiful Zhongzhou. Oh, part of the celebration. Part of the marching. Oh, okay. Okay. You remember this guy? They got Baijiu in there. Ni hao. We got a pee soon. I want to do that. There's so many sights to see, so many things to do. And how we're creatures of habit. Oh, 谢谢你. Okay.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow. 谢谢不要.
Eat hearty, man. For the best Jamaican cuisine in South Florida, it's Top Taste Jamaican Restaurant, where taste is everything. We have the best takeout anywhere. Enjoy our daily specials like curry chicken and goat, jerk pork and chicken, oxtail and fresh seafood, our authentic jerk turkey, traditional Jamaican desserts, a full Chinese menu, plus island-style catering and a full Jamaican grocery. We're just off US 1 behind Largo Honda. Call 305-245-4747 or go to toptastejam.com.
位于加兰库查拉姆新创法海鲜饭店，海外进口新鲜海鲜，惊艳的厨师，创意十足，独特炮制的酱料让你回味无穷。凭周杰伦演唱会票根到新创法海鲜饭店用餐，可免费晚载次1中，自4月30日为止。新创法海鲜饭店，询问电话03-7982-6612。
All right, here we are. Dinho Chinese Barbecue. It's a shout out to Ben and Gino. Dinho, baby. Thanks for Hoover's too. Hoover's was awesome. Where it's at for local chow? In Austin, Texas. Dinho. Oh, there you go. Hello. Two. Jasmine tea scoop.
2.
Jasmine tea, that sounds good.
That's what they got.
Hot plate.
A little bit of tea.
Yeah. What do we got in there? Looks good.
Egg roll, baby. Homemade egg rolls. Thank you. Thank you. Let's dig in. All right, that was Din Ho, where it's at for local chow in Austin, Texas. Excellent Asian.
Show us where it's at, local chow.